And
Okay, well, my group spokesperson, did we say 2 people or 1 person? Celeste and, are you guys doing it together or no? Do you want us up first, Celeste first?
Yeah, but come on up. Before we get started, Tara is so focused on everyone else all the time and that she forgot to introduce her company, which we definitely would not be here without.
Thank you. I was like, oh my God, I never even said where I work. So I run some networking groups, obviously, but I actually have a job. Not from 9 to 5. I work at MSP Resources. I'm the head of strategic partnerships. We are almost a 21-year-old headhunting firm for multifamily. So we focus on the higher end positions, not temporary, not any of the leasing or high turnover, but think of your C-suite regional property managers. That's us. We're based in Philly. I'm in Atlanta, but I was like, holy shit, I never said where I work. So thank you. Because they are also part of the sponsorship. So anyway, so Stacey, thank you for remembering.
All right, so we're gonna share the ideas. Hopefully everyone walks out of here with multiple ideas to take back to your teams and get your $57,000 more revenue at your properties, your $1 million per property valuations, and give your teams back 3.5 weeks of their time to focus on other things. So go ahead, come on up, Celeste.
So I think we did kind of a combined effort with multiple different ideas when it came to resident retention, because I think overall there's so many different aspects that you have to pay attention to, because this is a whole lease term that you're really focusing on, not initial move-in, not waiting until they actually receive the renewal. It's gonna always be the entire time that they're there. We're selling an experience. So some of the ideas that we had were, back in the day, we used to have care teams a lot of the time, who were responsible to doing in-person, touch bases with our renewals, or reaching out, extending kind of, that hand that they maybe feel more comfortable with, and, discussing it with the property manager, because I feel like it can be intimidating. Just asking them things of improvement. What can we do better? What have you liked? What do you want to see more of? And so I think kind of taking that back into what we need to do today. This is not just numbers, even though it is very competitive. We're all struggling right now with this market. And sometimes they just need that personal touch and that, personality to really, they chose you for a reason. They came in, they had a tour, and they chose you. It might not all be for the same reason, but a lot of it is that personal, relationship that you build from the initial interaction. With that being said, a lot of us threw ideas, of course, doing the touch base. Also, we heard, another one where we don't touch base, 3 months before their renewal. It's kind of in the midway. It's 2 months after they've been there. And I think that goes to show the effort that we make into wanting to retain that person there. Another idea that somebody did throw out was they do cruises, or, small gifts, not necessarily that you're throwing concessions at them, but maybe you're doing a renewal gift, or somebody had also mentioned we actually take a preference card and they write it down when they move in. So when you have something that doesn't go necessarily right, you're able to make a personalized gift for them, leave it on their door, say, we're so sorry. Maybe have the entire team, maintenance staff, kind of write on there, say, this is what we can do for you. I'm so sorry this happened, but just know we do care and we're here. So I think that concessions are obviously like our main go-to, but I think there's so many different things up until that point that we can try to implement prior to it getting to that. I think, Kate, did you have anything else that we maybe had said?
I think we really summed it up as intentionality from day one to day, whatever, 365 or more, and we are now priding ourselves in leading with experience rather than beautiful products. I think the products come with making sure that we keep everything clean. We're responsive with the service requests. That's always a big one.
Callbacks.
Yeah, the callbacks, and just really trying to figure out what the ick is and not taking offense to whatever that is, and being able to take that as like an opportunity to correct it.
And events. Yeah, the events, of course, where everybody can meet, we'll build a community. One thing I had said is that most of the time, I think when you are in an apartment, your first thing is just go straight home. You don't make any interactions, you don't talk to your neighbors, you're not creating that sense of community. We call these properties, but necessarily they are communities. We have big groups of people that relate to one another. They might work in the same place and they don't even know it. They might go to the same bars, they don't know it. So the resident interactions are just as important, because then they don't want to leave their friends. They don't want to, leave the community that they have established there. Just like most people's homes, when they buy a home, they have a neighborhood that they reach out to or that they can rely upon. And I feel a lot of that has been lost nowadays. So bringing that back in and implementing that with your resident events, making it fun, doing games, having everybody interact. And you would be very surprised that that's probably the one thing that they appreciate the most out of that entire time that they're with you. So I think that's kind of
Great job! Wait, let me add one thing. I have to give Michael and his team kudos for a second, because Dawn and I were in the elevator on our way up here, and we don't have strangers. Like, we can talk to a wall. And we asked a gentleman, we didn't know anything about him, we saw he was heading up to one of the higher floors, and we said, hey, how do you like living here? He's like, I love it. And we're like, well, tell us why. And he's like, I used to live in a community in Oklahoma, and he literally said he loved where he lived, but the whole team, he said, was jerks. He said ever since he moved here, he's absolutely so happy. So kudos to you. And your team. Oh, hi! And also, you guys just won property manager
Lisa.
Yes. High rise of the year.
High rise of the year.
Yeah.
I just wanted to share that with you, because we literally just chit-chatted with a resident, because we're social, and he gave mad prize to you guys as a team. So anyway, Stacey, back to you. Yeah, so great job. Nice to meet you, I'm Tara.
No pressure.
Yay!
All right. So we kind of had an open discussion and kind of just went down the rabbit hole. Bunch of stuff, bunch of ideas. So we talked about offering longer lease terms, being flexible to what, somebody needs or what they're going through, especially with all these, corporate contracts, Tesla, Samsung, sense of urgency also, throw that out there, offer, competitive rates, be available, be consistent. We also talked about reviews, kind of looking at reviews and seeing, where is someone unhappy? What are they telling you, right? What can you correct? Where can you jump in and say, hey, can we have a conversation about this? I want to change your experience. Review work orders, or, see what in their home, what has been their experience. Has their stove gone out 3 times in like 6 months? What can you do that you can, replace, where the cost of replacement is gonna be, a small fraction of what, it would cost for them to move out. And just kind of knowing, where do you draw that line, and, still putting that customer service experience first. We talked about 90 days being, 90 days in being how they determine if they're actually gonna love it or hate it the rest of their lease term, right? So kind of what you guys were saying, we're constantly working in there to make sure that their experience through their whole lease term is a good one, so that whenever it comes, 90, 60 days before renewal time, you're already having those conversations, what their hot buttons are, and you try to change your experience, because a lot of the times you walk into an asset and you don't know what's been done before, right? So it's all about your mentality and what you're coming in to show them, hey, I know you've been unhappy, but we're here, what can we do? We want to move forward and change your experience. And improvements to community, we discussed with all the money that we're gonna be saving, what are we putting?
$57,000.
What are we buying? Are we buying, virtual golfing, just cool things like that. One of our competitors actually has a podcast room, soundproof and everything. Coolest thing, like what can we do? What can we add? What can you show off? Personally, at our community, we just upped our camera system, and we installed a backup network for internet, because we provide internet, and our provider, we were having a lot of outages. So we went to the reviews. What's everybody talking about? The internet outages, right? So we came up with a plan, added a backup provider, and now, you're reaching out to everybody saying, hey, we're doing this, we're doing that. We want you to be happy. We want this community to be what you want it to be. We want you to be happy. So, yeah.
Great job.
Great example. So I heard a lot of communication is huge. We know that, right? Most of the time they want to know what's going on and when is it going to be fixed. But also, one of the points I really loved was, reminding them of the value that they already have. Most of them are going to their apartments and not remembering that they have this great gym, this great pool, there are these great facilities that you've built. But even if you don't, they have you.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have a pool, a gym, you're the most valuable, and the site team is the most valuable part of that relationship. So having those, I heard a lot of having those relationships and just making sure that you're communicating and keeping the residents happy. The last thing I want to bring up, I'm going to email to you guys if you enjoyed this exercise and going through this. Hopefully you got some really great ideas. I'm also going to email a worksheet that I used at my client properties, some of my client properties last year, that is a site workshop. So you can involve your maintenance, your leasing agent, your assistant manager in doing their own workshop to figure out what are they going to do at their properties, because who knows better. And frankly, none of us can do anything without them. So getting your teams together. So I'll email that out to you, and I hope you really enjoyed the exercise, and we definitely enjoyed it.
Are they able to, like, if folks are going back to their teams, if they wanted to contract with you to do more in-depth things for the company, can they work with you on that?
We're literally the same person. I also forgot to mention. So, for your teams, if I do workshops and speaking events, most of them virtual, depending on what the needs are. But yes, if you've got a particular challenge or you have something you want to tackle in your companies or at the site level, you can find me on LinkedIn. Obviously, I'll be sending you an email. Reach out to me, and I'd love to hear how we can help you. I did a workshop last year for a management company based out of Florida where we did an entire resident communication plan to the point of what you guys are making, where we totally rewrote the script on every notice, every message, every email, every website, everything we sent them said, we love you and we want you to stay.
Yeah.
Do you want to pick the winner? Everyone give Stacey a round of applause, please. So, did everyone enter the raffle?
No.
Oh, all right, let's take a second and let's make sure everyone entered the raffle. Yeah. We'll help you real quick and just put your name
I
in.
have this knack for knowing who I'm gonna pull, so I'm gonna see if I make a fool out of myself. And
So, in case you guys are wondering, so what we're giving away today is, you guys know I had to go to the Kendra Scott flagship store while I was here. So we have a Kendra Scott book. Deep down in this purse is a Kendra Scott candle, but this is like a badass bag. It's not a Kendra Scott bag, I don't think she makes them, but it's really cool as hell if I'm being honest. If a gentleman wins this, you're gonna have someone in your family will be very happy to take this, but I'm actually excited to read her book. So that's what we're giving away today. And one quick announcement as we wrap up the collecting the names is everyone please keep an eye on multifamilybreakfastclub.com, because you might have colleagues in other markets that we're going to. We're based in Atlanta. This is where we do, Dawn and I do these basically every month in Atlanta. But please keep an eye on it because we're always announcing new markets that we're going to. So, and we're going to be sharing the picture. Everyone meet Mesh. And his assistant. I forgot your assistant's name.
Alexis.
Oh, hi. Thank them. They're going to be sending us pictures and a video. You guys will all have access to that, and it's going to be on the website as well. So thank you. Thank you. Are we ready to draw the name? Everybody in? Okay. Drum. Who knows? Drum roll. Hey, there we go.
Kylie!
Okay, sounds
Stacey,
good.
you
What? It's my lucky day.
Pose with the winner. Pose with the winner.
Thank you.
Yay! That's so cute. She comes late and wins the whole thing.
Wow.
I'm curious for everybody heard of the event, like whether it was email or LinkedIn or like.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah. How many people got an email?
From Michael.
Michael.
Michael wins the award. How many people saw LinkedIn?
Oh, awesome.
Thank you guys so
Couple
much.
people on LinkedIn. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
All right. So, Michael, how would you like to do the tour?
Well, I think first we should probably get Kylie to talk a little bit about.
Oh yeah,
Let's
duh.
introduce Kylie.
Yes,
because
Kylie, come back up here.
She's the star of the show.
Thank you for reminding me.
She's the one that makes it
Thank
look
you
good.
so much. Okay,
Of
so
course.
please, if you don't mind telling us who you are besides a raffle winner.
Yes.
And a little bit about the community
Of
before we go on
course.
tour.
So I'm Kylie. It's a pleasure to meet all of you guys. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Of course, this is Solaris House at Uptown ATX. We're a 352 unit, 13-story tower. We have really just excelled in the lease up. We were able to go from 31% to 95% in about 5 months.
Whoa.
I think a lot of that strategy was, kind of what you ladies were saying. Friends make the best neighbors, right? So resident events were huge for us, and we really just kind of hyped in on that and hyped them up and kept them interacted, and it was very successful for us. So yeah, I'd love to show you all around.
Thank you.
I hate public speaking, by the way. I was very nervous.
You did great.
Thank you.
Can we, before everyone breaks away, can we do a couple group pictures up here? So Sarah, can I get the suppliers together with Stacey, and then Michael, your team, and Stacey, a couple quick ones before we all break away, if you don't mind.
You want to do the supplier just first, or do you want to
Yeah,
do all
we'll
of
check out the suppliers first, and
Okay,
then.
go for it.
Hey Chris, you can do the Mash, where do you want us? That's like, are we okay? Should we get tired? No, you need to. You're the guest speaker.
I like being the elbow. You gotta get the multi-family elbow out. Get the multi-family elbow.
Here we go. 5, 2, 3. One more. 5, 2, 3. 1, 2,
It's true.
Kylie, can you come back for a picture? You guys go ahead.
No, you're covering your girl. I gotta be in front.
You stay in.
Oh my goodness.
Are you trying to stick in the back? I'm behind you. Yes, I think that's.
1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. And last one. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Yay.
I like fishing buddy.
Is everybody going on tour, or does anyone have to leave? Everyone staying?
Yay!
Can I ask, did everybody have a good time?
Yes.
Did everybody learn something? Are you guys gonna welcome us back to Austin?
Yes.
Yay, thank you, everybody. All right, let's start here. We can start here. Okay, we're gonna start the tour here. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
All right, let me grab my